YouTube, what it do? Today we keeping up with this AI news, and OpenAI seems to be bringing us something new by the minute. The AI grid has another video for us, and we know channels like this always stay up to date with the news. Let's check right in.
So in this video, I think that the OpenAI saga might be coming to a conclusion as some very interesting changes have been made. So let's dive right into exactly what just happened 1 or 2 hours ago to show you guys exactly where this could be heading next. So one of the first things that happened, and this is going to be a really decent timeline, this is Ilya Sutskever, and he actually tweeted, interestingly enough, that he regrets his participation in the board's actions and that he never intended to harm OpenAI, which I do believe to be true. He says, "I love everything we've built together and I will do everything I can to reunite the company." So for whatever reason, it seems that Ilya Sutskever has had a change of heart. And because of this change of heart, many people are starting to be quite confused as to why that is. You have to understand, it was only yesterday that Ilya Sutskever said that he reaffirms his decision to remove Sam Altman from the board when Sam Altman tried to come back into the company. And it was only after Sam and Greg Brockman joined Microsoft that Ilya did tweet this. Now, something that was interesting in a response to Ilya's tweet was a response from Elon Musk. And Elon Musk says, "Why did you take such a drastic action? If OpenAI is doing something potentially dangerous to humanity, the world needs to know." And of course, this is what is interesting, because Ilya Sutskever hasn't publicly stated anything or given any reasons for removing Sam from the board. However, we did get a new article in which they did give us this reason. You can see that on this article from Business Insider, it says OpenAI employees were given 2 explanations for why Sam Altman was fired. They're unconvinced and furious. It says during a meeting with employees, OpenAI's Ilya Sutskever offered 2 explanations for the ousting of Sam Altman. The explanation involves statements he made to the board regarding personnel. And the funny thing is, employees didn't buy these reasons, and most of the company is now prepared to quit. So here's the real reason that Ilya Sutskever apparently ousted Sam Altman from OpenAI. One explanation was that Sam Altman was said to have given 2 people at OpenAI the same project, and that the other was that Altman allegedly gave 2 board members different opinions about a member of personnel. An OpenAI spokesperson
Yeah, it seems like a whole bunch of he say, she say, who's right, I'm wrong, but let's stay tuned.
The article goes on to state that these explanations didn't make any sense to employees and were not received well. Internally, the going theory is that this was a straightforward coup by the board, and it's been called inside the company and out, and any reason given by the board now holds little to no sway with the staff. So it's clear from that Ilya Sutskever regrets his decision, and what's even crazier is that not only do we have this tweet from Sam Altman with love hearts to Ilya Sutskever's recent statement about his regrets on doing that to the company, we have some very interesting things that people missed when looking at the letter that the OpenAI employees wrote to the board. So this is the OpenAI letter to the board, and this was written by the employees to the board because they wanted some final decision on how this company was going to go, because as you know, right now everything is completely undecided. So some of the key parts from this letter I'm going to go summarize. So it says, "The process through which you terminated Sam Altman and removed Greg Brockman from the board has jeopardized all of this work and undermined our mission and company. Your conduct has made it clear you do not have the competence to oversee OpenAI." The letter basically says that you guys messed up completely and we have no idea why you did that, because you basically nearly ruined the company. And we're literally one of the best companies on the planet, and how did you mess this up? Now, here's something that I'm going to read for you guys.
From my knowledge, I know all the employees banded together to have the board resign because they want a new group of people. And the CEO who's being recommended the position to see OpenAI's new direction and future is someone who kind of takes the same approach as Elon, where it's like AI is dangerous, not bad, but dangerous for commercial use. So he's looking to figure out the dangers and how to make it work for humanity. Epic shit right now going on. We're in the middle of history. This is going to be in the history books, man. POP. Hold it down.
It says, your actions have made it obvious that you're incapable of overseeing OpenAI, and we are unable to work for or with people that lack competence, judgment, and care for our mission and employees. We, the undersigned, may choose to resign from OpenAI and join the newly Microsoft subsidiary run by Sam Altman and Greg Brockman. And Microsoft has assured us that there are positions for all OpenAI employees at this new subsidiary should we choose to join. We will take this step imminently unless all board members resign and the board appoints 2 new lead independent directors such as Brett Taylor and Will Hurd and reinstates Sam Altman and Greg Brockman. And you can see it's signed by, literally as I scroll down, I'm going to show you guys this webpage. It is signed by an absolutely insane number of people. What's crazy about this is that it is signed by 700 people. And you want to know what's crazier? Is that 770 people work at OpenAI. And I remember seeing some tweets recently that around 750 people have signed this letter. So essentially, ladies and gentlemen, we have pretty much 95% of OpenAI saying that, look, if you guys do not resign as the board, we are gone. Now, do you want to know what's crazier about this letter? Ilya Sutskever actually signed this letter too, which means that Ilya Sutskever has seemingly changed his opinion or changed the side that he's on in terms of this. Now, the thing is, I don't know how this has happened so quickly. I mean, first he wanted to fire him, now he's quickly backing him. The whole situation is definitely very confusing, and even the reason he gave to OpenAI employees doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Now, what's crazier was that the new CEO of OpenAI, and I don't know how long that is going to last for, Emmett Shear, did a huge post in which he discusses some stuff. Now, essentially, the main post from this is that he's just talking about how I'm going to hire an independent investigator to dig into the entire process leading up to this point and generate a full report. We have no idea how long that's going to take. Then we have to continue to speak to as many of our employees, partners, investors, and customers as possible.
The ability to collect.
I think the fact that OpenAI as a company right now is in shambles isn't a good sign, because the race to the top in this generation is fast. So it's like the title switch in power right in front of us. Like a little company is really about to dethrone OpenAI and chatgpt because people in that company don't know how to manage a great technological advancement. This is like Napoleon Bonaparte, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Take good notes, share the key takeaways, and then of course reform management, yada yada yada. The most important point from this entire post is the last statement that he said. He said, PPS, before I took the job, I checked on the reasoning behind the change. The board did not remove Sam for any specific disagreement on safety. Their reasoning was completely different from that, and I'm not crazy enough to take this job without board support for our commercializing our awesome models. So it's clear that Sam Altman wasn't fired for anything AI safety related, according to new reports. So now it looks like we're swaying back to the opinion that it may have been a coup attempt after all. Now, there was also something that I did see on the timeline and something that I was aware of that has been brought to light. And this is because the board's conflicts of interest may have been revealed recently. And this was based on someone on the board that most of you guys don't know about. So let me break this down for you, because this could be potentially one of the main reasons that Sam Altman was kicked out of OpenAI and that this quote-unquote coup, because at this time we still don't know, was started. So this tweet explains it perfectly. If Ilya held his opinion on kicking Sam Altman out that loosely, then who was the driving force at the board table? It's looking increasingly like that it was Adam D'Angelo, who was likely upset that his product launch got destroyed by custom GPTs. If you don't know who Adam D'Angelo is, he's the CEO of Quora. If you don't know what Quora is, the company that he's the CEO of, it's basically kind of like Reddit, but not the same. It's a place that you can answer questions. Anytime you Google a question, one of the first things that will come up is the website Quora, and you have people that are answering those questions. Now, here's the crazy thing, okay? A couple months back, Quora actually started to integrate AI stuff. We actually did cover this in one of our videos about they had a new platform that was launched in around February, and it was called Poe. Now, here's the crazy thing, okay? The tweet goes on to state that it's increasingly likely that it was him who was upset that his product launch got destroyed by custom GPTs. And one of the reasons that they said this, and this actually does kind of make sense now that we think about it, was that they said that Sam Altman was not consistently candid. And that also means that you didn't tell me you were going to humiliate me by competing with my product launch. So essentially, the company that this guy on the board is working on is a direct competitor to the custom GPTs that was launched.
Sam, say it ain't so. Oh, you a demon. Oh, yeah. I likes this. I like it. Yeah. No friends in this AI. Yeah. Quora. Yeah. You better step your game up. Fire me or work with me. Yeah. I hope that's the case. I hope it is.
And many people are theorizing now that because Sam Altman may have not been as transparent with the monetization of the custom GPTs, that this person on the board may have been frustrated at this and may have helped lead that coup. So you've got this tweet here from Nick Dobos that says, boycott Poe and Quora. Sam Altman didn't tell Adam D'Angelo he was going to kill Poe's store, and Adam is forced to kill OpenAI or watch Quora die after spending the last year and millions to build that app. And number 3 is basically saying it's just boycott Poe and save ChatGPT. So if you can see from Poe's user interface what this app is, it's essentially a GPT wrapper that was built by Quora. And essentially, you can create bots, you can put knowledge on those bots, and you can essentially access many different things. Now, this is actually pretty similar to the GPT store, which is why many people are stating that this is why he wanted to oust Sam Altman, because maybe he could focus instead of on making...
Yeah, I'm firing Sam too. I don't know what to say. I'm firing Sam too. Like, if I seen this other competitor, boy, you out here stealing my ideas? You blatantly stealing my ideas and you want a keynote. You are on this damn keynote, blatantly showing that Quora is going to die. How it's going to die and how fast it's going to die. You blatantly telling me, like you sticking the middle finger up in his face. I love it though, but I see why Sam is just doing the heart emoji. He like, it's all love. It's business, baby. Come on now, we at the race to the top. Let's work together. Let's work. Like, I feel it. Everyone in their feelings though, Sam. Like, you did some
in customized versions of GPTs, we could then focus on ChatGPT, and then Poe could potentially grow without ChatGPT's custom GPTs as competition, because Sam Altman didn't tell them that. So you can see right here, we've got popular bots and new bots, for example, like creative writer, yada, yada, yada. And this seems very similar, almost identical to the custom GPT versions. So it might be, and this might be one of the real reasons that this actually happened, because this guy does have a seat on the board. And although he does...
If you're a woman...
Now, let me look at it from, let's play devil's advocate. They want to paint Sam as the bad guy. In all honesty, OpenAI is they didn't get funding from no venture capitalists at all. So they kind of started this project by themselves with family and unity and the objective specifically to help humanity, which is a beautiful thing as a team when you come together as a company to help humanity. What you're seeing right now is history, because that means as a unity, the company saw one of the board directors being corrupt, right? And this is devil's advocate, being corrupt. So we're watching a team tell Sam to step down so we could fight for you, gang. So we could fight for what we built. Oh my God, this is beautiful right here. I hope OpenAI comes together and bad. This is a trilogy right here. Like, imagine, bruh.
Doesn't own any stock in OpenAI, although these board members don't hold any equity in OpenAI, this definitely is an incentive for them to make that decision. Now, what's interesting as well is that someone that is a member of the go-to-market team of ChatGPT Enterprise actually retweeted this theory. So that brings a little bit more credence to this theory, and it seems like things are starting to come to light. Although you do have to remember, at this point, this is still unconfirmed, and this is just a theory. Until more information does come to light, we won't know if this was the real reason. What's even crazier about this entire situation is that although Sam Altman did join, quote unquote, join Microsoft, according to multiple sources, Sam Altman still isn't actually part of Microsoft as of yet. You can see that this article by The Verge that says Altman's move to Microsoft isn't a done deal, and Ilya's flip to supporting
Exactly
Altman's
what I'm
means
saying
the
right
two
now.
board members need to change their mind. This article's basically saying that, look, Sam Altman hasn't officially signed the paper and dotted the lines on that Microsoft deal yet. And because Ilya Sutskever's flipped and around every single OpenAI employee wants Sam Altman back, and if they don't, they're going to go with him anyways, it seems like Sam Altman could very well be going back to OpenAI. Although I personally do doubt this, since they've just been moving forward and backwards, and since with an already shaky internal, it just seems like we're pretty much undecided at this point. Now, what's even crazier about this is that Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, did an interview on Bloomberg. Now, I can't include any clips from that, but I do have the summary of the key points that he made that you do need to know about. Now, one of the things that is crazy is that the CEO of Microsoft still doesn't know why Sam Altman was fired. He was talking with Emmett and he was talking with the other people who were working at OpenAI, and he said he still wasn't given a clear reason. So he still believes in Sam's ability to lead the new AI division. Now, what's also crazier is that Satya Nadella was asked if Sam and Greg have officially joined yet, and he responded in saying that they haven't officially joined, but they are in the process. And that he also said that he's going to be working with Sam Altman no matter where he is. This means that if Sam Altman decides to rejoin OpenAI and remove Ilya Sutskever and the entire board, then they're still going to be working with Microsoft. And if he just joins Microsoft as the CEO of the new AI division, then of course he's still going to be working with Microsoft. So either way, it seems that Microsoft want whatever team that
Sam, I want to say this publicly, and this is to developers as a community. Thank you. Thank you for showing us that we do have a say-so in our company, because it is our company. It's not my company, it's our company. And it's humanity that we're looking out for. A lot of things humanity can't see coming, so this is at the forefront. We really have to be, in this sense, protective over the people that don't understand what's here at the moment. The stance you're taking is noble. Thank you. Thank you for showing us that the dream is still possible, to help the world and have a group of people stand with you.
Sam has to stay with him. In addition, Microsoft also did state that they do want governance changes because they never want a situation like this to ever occur again. Now, what's crazy about this, right, is that if all the OpenAI employees leave and join and go Microsoft, this is going to be a very bad situation.
Mind you, there's 750 people that work at OpenAI and 720 signed. You might as well damn near say everyone in OpenAI signed. That's an 80-20 split. More than 80. It's probably 90-10. So the unity is there. And to see that he hasn't even signed with Microsoft yet shows his commitment and loyalty to the people that he has worked with. Oh my God, bro. Sam, thank you. Thank you. This is what people should be observing right here. The stance you're taking. You're not going to allow OpenAI to be corrupted by this venture capitalist BS. You're not about to do that. This is not that. Like, thank you. Like, we've been preaching about AI in the wrong hands, and we're not about to let this dick slinging battle change the trajectory of nothing. Like, go tell Mr. Quarterman to step down if he got so much to say, and whoever is with him could step down too, because it ain't that. This learning model is way complex. We not in the mood to deal with emotional things. If people can't get their mind space and head space right, just step down. It ain't nothing personal too. It's like, hey, look, gang, it's either we living in the Jetsons right now or the Terminator time. We good. Like, we ain't about to have no fuck up in the system. Get up out of here. We gonna stop this right where it's at. Peace. The minute it starts to get corrupt, we're gonna work on another project to defeat that because we already built it up like a family. Sam and everyone on OpenAI, we rooting for you. We know this is a tough time, but we rooting for everyone who has lost their jobs due to corruption. We praying for everyone who is fighting due to corruption, even the opportunities given in this tough time. We praying for y'all during corruption. We pray y'all come together still. Oof, this is nice.
Situation for the investors. You have to understand, unlike Microsoft, who has a pretty decent deal because they've still got billions of dollars and they're a conglomerate, other companies, although they do have millions and billions of dollars too, they aren't as big as Microsoft and they do want to recoup their initial investment. If OpenAI simply crumbles and everyone leaves with Sam Altman, these investors are going to be filing on lawsuits against the OpenAI board. And this is an article from Bloomberg. It says OpenAI investors are still trying to return co-founder Sam Altman to a leadership role at the ChatGPT maker, and Microsoft has signaled that it wouldn't oppose such an outcome. So the three companies, Thrive Capital, Coastal Ventures, and Tiger Global Management, are looking to protect their investment after the OpenAI board forced Altman out on Friday. And this makes sense. If I was them, I wouldn't like to see my investment go up in smoke, and I would rather Sam Altman return to the original company. So it's clear that we do know that right now, if Sam Altman doesn't return within the next couple of days, then OpenAI is officially going to be done. It's clear that lawsuits are going to be filed, and then that new Microsoft AI division is basically going to be OpenAI 2.0. Now, what's crazier, okay, that was only literally an hour or two ago, is that OpenAI, the whatever team is there now, actually reached out to its biggest competitor, Anthropic, for a potential merger of the two companies. Now, we did hear rumors about this yesterday night. There were people talking about rumors of OpenAI approaching Anthropic. Now, if you don't know what Anthropic is the company that is focused on AI safety and has launched the model Claude 2, a popular large language model that is, of course, one of the rivals / competitors to ChatGPT. Now, here's the thing, okay? It says it's not clear whether the merger proposal led.
Here's the thing. I'm a user of both platforms. Claude is good, right? But it's too watered down. It's like dumbing down society. Like, I don't like it. I don't know if I'm the only one that feel like that, but like, I don't really like the way I integrate with Claude. ChatGPT give me a little bit of freedom. At least it's an AI that allows you to think and break down. Like you can't just paste and get an answer. You gotta kind of know what you construct it in a weird way where you're in a workflow. You're not in a workflow really with Claude. You're just getting it, and like I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe someone gotta teach me how to. I don't know. Claude is a good though. Like I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just the feel of it. It feels robotic-y a lot. You can't really freely think. You feel me? It's just straight to the point, business only, right? Or it's just like there's certain things that's just limited. It's limited and like too limited for me. ChatGPT is not that. The limitations is like way deeper in ChatGPT, or way more. You have way more wiggle room in terms of limitation with ChatGPT than with Claude. I use both. Like if I start a thread with Claude, I'm using ChatGPT to kind of backtrack to make sure that I'm kind of like me kind of in the right correlation in the workflow.
To any serious discussion, Amode quickly turned down the CEO offer due to his position at Anthropic. The 2-year-old startup, which sells Claude, is still in fierce competition with OpenAI to recruit researchers and win customers. So I think that this is definitely a Hail Mary and an interesting thing, because if the OpenAI board knows that they need to resign or else the company goes under, why would they try and approach Anthropic about a merger? Maybe it's because they're trying to just salvage the last remains of the company, but it seems like right now what we do have on our hands here is a very interesting situation that Sam Altman and Microsoft is still going to win from. If the board decides...
You know what they're trying to do? It's some venture capital bullshit. They're trying to leverage the I guess the community of OpenAI right now to kind of join together with their competitors and kind of give them leverage too. It's almost like I hate to bring this up because it's not bad, but it's almost like LeBron going to Miami. He really just going to approach them like, hey, look, 3 superstars isn't bad. You know, like it's just plain and simple, and it's not a bad move on OpenAI's end if they don't go towards Sam's direction. But you know, it's that's just it is what it is. You know, just look at it like sports. It's like a super team right now. In all honesty, will Sam be? And then if Sam doesn't return and this does become a thing, it'll be will Sam and the new company at Microsoft be good enough to compete with Anthropic and OpenAI, the company he built? And it's almost like a LeBron trilogy because, in all honesty, I feel like even if that's the trajectory of where the narrative will go, Sam is ultimately gonna come back to OpenAI later down the line. Like that is his home, and it's gonna be crazy to see how this unfolds because you heard it here first. For real, for real. I been knew that something on the inside was going on. I brought that up. I been knew a lot of things in terms of OpenAI wasn't as public, but it was more so closed off because they didn't want the public to know what was going on. They wanted to keep it internal. That's something family orientated, like something planned and orchestrated as a unity. So when I'm saying this, I'm calling before it happens, right? And if they go in a direction of moving towards Claude and a combination of OpenAI, I feel like Sam Altman is generally going to build up the next AI for the world, but the story will ultimately end with him returning to OpenAI to fig to go back to what he started, and that will be a beautiful ending.
To not resign for whatever reason, which wouldn't make sense because the entire company leaves. Sam Altman and 750 employees are going straight into Microsoft to build probably the exact same software, but even better. And it's likely going to be for profit now because they're being funded by Microsoft. And if the board does resign, then it seems like everything just goes back to normal. So either way, it seems like right now we are at least somewhat near the end of this situation. But in a couple of hours, we should definitely have another update. And of course, we had an interesting tweet from Jerry Tworek, which is a deep reinforcement learning researcher at OpenAI. He tweeted, "The real friend was the AGI we made along the way." And this is a playful twist on the popular phrase, "The real treasure was the friends we made along the way." So it's definitely interesting because it's a funny tweet based about AGI, but is that a subtle hint at the fact that they did make AGI, or is this just a play on words? Either way, I don't think AGI is that far-fetched. It was literally in the 11th of April 2023.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people saying 2050, but let's be honest, this has been technology has been talked about in the 80s. We have books, we have a lot of technological research on it. Now we have smarter minds behind it. I feel like we should see it really soon. And on it, we just need the hardware. And once we have the hardware, the machine will learn exponentially fast. And I don't think we can comprehend it, which is why we're saying that it's going to take so long. And think of it as a law of life. As above, so below. So if you rich, there's a poor. If you hungry, then you not hungry at some point. If you thirsty, then you not thirsty. You can't be in the middle. So just be on the lookout for that.
Microsoft released their Jarvis, which was essentially one of the first early examples of an AGI, and that didn't really get that much coverage. So it will be interesting to see how these next couple of months develop.
Why record podcast on Zoom?
When you could use Riverside.
I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Go like and subscribe to the AI Grid. He's always dropping a gem. But I'll catch you in the next one.